Hello from San Antonio, this is SIREN Tarot. Welcome back to another pick a card reading. How does he or she see you? This reading is timeless, and before I get into the reading, I am going to start all of my readings of this channel with a prayer that I wrote for the new moon in Virgo. I have it scribbled down in my manifestation journal. There's a lot of negative energy out there, and I have absolutely no tolerance for any of it. So, all negative energy bounces off me and is sent directly back to source with divine love. Only the energy that is aligned with my highest good, my most optimal advantage, can reach me. For this reading, there are 4 options. This is option 1. This is option 2. Option 3. And Quattro, option 4. As always, timestamps will be provided. Don't overthink it. Just think of your person of interest. Take a deep breath and make your selection. If you chose the first crystal, here is your reading. It's going to flip out. La Santa Muerte, death. La Torre, the tower. Caballo de Copas, Knight of Cups. I wanted to flip out. 4 of Wands, Cuatro de Bastos. Seis de Espadas, 6 of Swords. There's the Copas, 10 of Cups. Queen of Diamonds, Queen of Pentacles, Reina de Oros. Queen of Spades, Queen of Swords, Reina de Espadas. Another marriage card, 10 of Diamonds, 10 of Pentacles, Deus de Oros. Looks like you're in a stable, committed relationship with this person. Could be watching because you're bored, you're just curious, purely for entertainment, but I feel like you are in a serious relationship. If you aren't, there is potential for that. This person sees you as someone they could do life with. We have 3 marriage cards. We have the 4 of Wands, 10 of Cups, and 10 of Pentacles. That's very serious, intense energy. Not 2, but 3 signifiers. You and this person could have a child together, or you will have a child or children together. They see you as someone who is intense and stable and worth the assake. You are worth the investment. You are worth the effort, the energy. Okay. This is very mature energy. This is the energy of two people who have done the work on themselves, people who are conscious, people who have manners, people who have class. It's really serious. So I feel like if you chose one, you probably have a pretty dense pain body, but you're conscious of that. You've worked through it. You have awareness. You've addressed any trauma that you've experienced. You've had a lot of deaths in your life, a lot of losses, and I don't mean necessarily literal deaths, but you've had a lot of losses, and you've had to rebuild a few times. So they see you as someone who's very smart, very resourceful, very strong. This is the energy of the overcomer. Anything you have, you've worked your ass off for it. You were never handed anything. You're not entitled. You're mindful of boundaries. And this person has tremendous love, desire, and respect for you, just going by these cards. So if you chose one, you could have Sun in Scorpio, Aries rising, Moon in Libra. Of course, that is just one possibility. But there isn't anything casual or silly about pile one. This is not the energy of someone who just likes your selfies at Instagram. This person sees you as an equal and a partner is what I'm getting. Okay, we have North Node in Aries in the 5th house. That's double fire. The 5th house is the house of Leo. If you chose one, you could be intensely creative. You could be a writer. You could be an artist, a musician. Two is Cancer, 4 is Aquarius, 5 is Mercury, Gemini, Virgo, 7 is Pisces, and 9 is the dominant number, making Aries the dominant energy. You take the initiative, you're very proactive, you're very assertive, you're very strong. And this person, again, has tremendous respect for you. And the sex is probably amazing. Sue, Susan, Suzanne, Suki, V, this connection may have started off long distance. You could be from different countries. I'm seeing Vicky, Kevin, Eve, Eva, Evelyn, Kit, Catherine, Katie. Okay, yeah, that's what I see for one. I hope that helps. I do this full time. I am always available for private readings. All the info, including my contact information and my prices, is included in every description box. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out. And if you chose the second crystal, here's your reading. Seven of Cups, hit the copas. Two of Cups, those the copas. Eight of Swords, ocho de espadas. Wheel of Fortune, Sagittarius. Four of Swords, cuatro de espadas. Judgment, El Juicio. I'm hearing it had to be you. Various versions, I'm sure, of that song. I think the version that plays in When Harry Met Sally at the end, I think it's Frank Sinatra. That's what I'm hearing. It had to be you. I feel like this person does see you as their person. With all your flaws or with all your faults, I love you still. So this person sees you in your totality. There's no projection here. This is not the energy of a crush. This is not the energy of someone who just knows you on the basis of your Instagram stories. Two of Clubs, Two of Wands, those the bastos. I've been abducted by aliens. I say no projection, but we are getting strong Neptune, Pisces vibes. Queen of Hearts, Queen of Cups, Reina de Copas. This person sees you as someone who is multifaceted and gorgeous in all your layers. I do feel like this person knows you very well. You've probably experienced intimacy with this person, physical, sexual, and emotional. Words of love have been exchanged if you chose to, probably. They could see you as the love of their life, their person. I do see this person being in love with you. May have started off not the most stable connection. It may have been really chaotic in the beginning. One or both of you may have struggled. Maybe one of you is still struggling with some kind of addiction. I feel like you mirror each other, and this person feels like they understand you in a way that most people don't understand you. You're very complicated. They see you as someone who is quite complex. And there's some kind of unshakable bond between the two of you. Something binds the two of you at a soul level and probably in the 3D as well. I don't know. Maybe you both were abandoned by a parent, or you both experienced a lot of trauma in your formative years, the first 7 years. But whatever the case may be, I'm seeing limerence. You're on this person's blueprint. And we get that from the first 7 years of our lives. That's when the limerence is formed. And someone can look great on paper. They can tick off all the boxes. But if there's no limerence, if they're not on your blueprint, well, it's not going to be the Two of Cups. So you can't really cheat the code. So you're on this person's blueprint. They could see you as a soulmate, possibly a twin flame, but I'm seeing this as a very intense spiritual connection. There's probably mental telepathy between the two of you. They see you as the most exciting person that they know. No one makes their heart race like you do. This goes beyond lust and sexual desire. I do see this person having you on a pedestal, and They're in awe of you. There is intense admiration. They may wonder how you know the things that you know. Maybe you're psychic. Maybe you're a card reader. Maybe you are highly intuitive. You could have Mercury in Pisces. So if you chose to, you could have Sun in Aquarius, Mercury in Pisces, Sagittarius rising. Moon in Leo, of course, that's just one possibility of many. They see you as the most intelligent and intuitive and magical person they've ever known. I see this person being crazy about you. They're always feeling your energy. They feel super connected to you. We have 4 and 8, Aquarius, Capricorn. 4 and 8 are the numbers of karma and fate in the system that I use, which is referenced in Linda Goodman's star signs. When they are with you, they feel like they're in another world. So this is very 5D intense. South Node in Capricorn in the 3rd house. That's the house of Gemini. So probably if you chose to, you do have integrity with your word. You're not a flake. If you tell someone that you're going to be there at 3 o'clock on a Wednesday, they can carve it in stone. You're going to be there at 3 o'clock on Wednesday. Your energy is not flaky and scattered is what I'm getting for too. This person knows they can rely on you. One is Leo, 6 is Venus, 7 is Pisces, 3 Sagittarius, 9 Aries. So 10 is the dominant number, making Leo the dominant energy. There's something singular about you. When you walk into a room, people notice. You have charisma and high visibility. You could have a platform. You could have a YouTube channel with a lot of subscribers. Maybe you're a vegetarian or a vegan. This person could be an ex. It could be on again, off again. Again, I feel like when you first got together, it was really chaotic and unstable. Maybe it's evened out. Maybe you found stability recently. I don't know. I'm seeing Sue again, Susan, Suzanne. I'm seeing Greg. Yes, if this person proposed marriage, you would say yes. They find you quite sexy. Yves. I'm seeing Elizabeth, Liz. Okay, yeah, that's what I see for 2. I hope that helps. I do this full time. I am always available for private readings. All the info, my contact information, my prices, how to contact me, how to book a reading. It's all in every box. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out. And if you chose Crystal 3, here is your reading. Do a good hard shuffle. Oh, you're going to get an angel number. I'll call it out when I see it on the stove clock. Uno más. Five of Cups, Cinco de Copas. King of Swords, Rey de Espadas. Three of Swords, Tres de Espadas. Six of Wands, Seis de Bastos. Ace of Wands, As de Bastos. Three of Cups, Tres de Copas. Six of Hearts, Six of Cups, Seis de Copas, Six is Venus. Five of Hearts again. Cinco de Copas, Five of Cups again. That's interesting. Okay. And Ten of Spades, Ten of Swords, Diez de Espadas. Okay, if you chose pile 3, you are probably wondering about an ex. I don't feel like you and this person have spoken in quite some time. Similar to what I saw in 2. Could be on again, off again. You'll probably talk again, but I feel like you've not spoken in months, years in some cases. Looking at the stove clock, it's 3:33. That's 9. Mars, Aries. So I feel like maybe not now, but at some point in this connection, there was a lot of anger, harsh words, misunderstandings, miscommunication. You may have blocked this person. Maybe you're wondering how they feel about being blocked, but this is how do they see you. So, it's difficult to describe this in a glib, superficial way because there's so much depth to pile 3. I feel like you and this person have gone to hell and back together. So, of course, the way they see you, it's colored by the intense experiences that you've had. So they do see you as someone who is sexy, but moody, hard to understand, hard to get along with. There is a lack of harmony and a lack of compatibility and a lack of understanding for 3. It's the energy of 2 people who are at cross purposes. You're not on the same page. You may want very different things out of life. You may have very different expectations of how a romantic sexual relationship is supposed to go. Different love languages. This connection may have ended because it was third party. It could have ended because you wanted something deep and committed, and this person just wanted a good time. what I'm getting is that they see you as someone who wants more than they can possibly deliver. You have very high expectations, and they feel like they could not meet those expectations. You may require a lot of closeness, a lot of verbal affirmations of love. You want romance, and this person's not romantic, they're sexual, is what I'm getting for 3. There's a very strong physical attraction, very strong chemistry, but I feel like this person sees you as someone they don't have much in common with beyond the chemistry, beyond the sexual attraction. You could have the most amazing sex, but if you disagree on 3D stuff like, you know, mundane things, money, how to budget, how to spend, how to save, trips that you take, the vibe you want to create when you're at home. You know, you could have clashing moons, because the moon is not just our feelings and emotions. It's our pain body, and it's our daily habits and routines. So if you have clashing moons, you're not going to be able to create a satisfying household together. The vibe could just be off. Maybe you have a quiet moon, you have a Virgo moon, and when you're at home, you want peace and quiet. And this person could have a loud Aries moon. And when they're at home, they want the loud smells. You know, they want to cook, and you can always smell stuff in the kitchen. And they've got the music going, the loud music going while they're chopping up onions and garlic or whatever. And they like to go to sleep to noise, to the TV being on or to music playing. And you could just have very different moons is what I'm getting for 3. So if you chose 3, you could have Sun in Scorpio, Aries rising, Moon in Virgo. That's just one possibility. This person could have Sun in Aries, Aquarius rising, Moon in Pisces. But I really feel like they have a loud moon. So for their moon, actually, something more like Aries or Leo or Sagittarius. Like they have an extroverted moon, you have an introverted moon. And your moons clash. That's what's really coming through. So yeah, they find you very attractive, but when the 2 of you are not having sex, they don't know how to deal with you. They don't know how to deal with your emotional needs. They don't speak your love language. Again, I feel like you're more romantic and complicated, and this person's more surface, and they're a lot more sexual. I feel like this person struggles with anger issues. Okay, Neptune and Aries in the 10th house. That is the house of Capricorn. And this person, this is coming through. This person could have a kink or a fetish that you don't facilitate. Maybe you did in the beginning just to get along with this person, but it could be really off sexually. The sex was good, but they want something that you're not willing to facilitate, is what I'm getting for 3. Five is Mercury, Gemini, Virgo. You could also have clashing Mercury, something like Mercury in Scorpio, square Mercury in Aquarius. 10 is 1, that's Leo, another 1, Leo. 6, Venus. So 2 is the dominant number, making Cancer the dominant energy. Yeah, I feel like you and this person could not create a loving, harmonious household together. Your energy just clashes when you're home alone. Yeah, they think that you're sexy. That's not enough to create and cultivate and maintain a harmonious, long-lasting relationship. I'm seeing Kevin, Casey, Kelsey, Chelsea, the Keys, Key West, Florida, skiing, Colorado, Idaho, pesky. Well, it's like I've said for years, I feel very strongly about this when it comes to synastry. If you have solid moon and Mercury with a partner, that's really all you need. You don't need sun sign compatibility. You don't need Mars, Venus. You need Mercury, that's communication, and you need the moon, how you feel. If you have two solid gold aspects in your synastry, really strong moon, really strong Mercury, you can build a world together. So maybe you have really strong Mars, Venus, but your Mercuries and moons are off. And you just get on each other's nerves is what I'm getting. Skip. No one names their son Skip or Skipper anymore that I'm aware of. It's kind of a corny name. Skip, Skipper. I think of Gilligan's Island. Skype. You started off Skyping each other. Skype, Zoom. Started off long distance. Also, you could come from radically different cultures, and there's a cultural clash, a cultural divide. Maybe there's a language barrier. I'm seeing Pete, Peter, Penelope, Penny, Sky. Okay, yeah, that's what I see for 3. I hope that helps. I do this full time. I am always available for private readings. All the info, my contact info, my prices, how to book a reading. It's pretty easy. It's all in every box. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out. And if you chose 4, Quattro, here's your reading. That's a beautiful damn start. 8 of Pentacles, Ocho de Oros, 8 is Capricorn. Page of Wands, Ocho de Bastos. As de Oros, Ace of Pentacles. Big King Daddy, the Emperor, Mars, Aries, most masculine card in the deck. Diez de Espadas, 10 of Swords. King of Pentacles, Rey de Oros. Nine of Clubs, 9 of Wands, maybe the Bastos. 10 of Diamonds, 10 of Pentacles, Diez de Oros. Oh, that's really cool. We begin and end with my favorite card, 8 of Pentacles. I have a Capricorn bias. Capricorn's my 5th house. I have Mars, North Node, Jupiter, and Vertex, and Capricorn in the 5th house. So, yeah. If you chose 4, you could be a Capricorn, or you have strong Capricorn placements. I'll call out a possible astral combo just for the fun of it, just for the hell of it. If you chose 4, you could have Sun and Mercury and Mars in Capricorn, Aries rising. Moon in Aries. You could have really strong cardinal energy because this person sees you as someone who is a hard ass. You're a hard person to get close to. You have very rigid standards, very strong expectations. A lot of people fall short of your expectations. You could have a type A personality. Everything's scheduled. You're hyper organized. You don't abide flakes. This really harsh energy is coming through. You are extremely driven. I'm seeing Vivian Lee as Scarlett O'Hara in Gone with the Wind. The way she was after the war, after the Civil War ended, and she was running the lumber yard. She was a hard ass. But I totally get that character. I totally understand the way she operated because the really intense transformation she had to go through. So, yeah, you've had to survive some things. You've had to overcome some things. And so it's made you hard. It's made you a hard ass. You're the boss of your life. You're running your life. No one's going to run it for you. You've had to survive something significant. You've had to overcome something significant. Maybe when you were younger, you were raised in poverty. There was financial instability. Maybe one of your parents abandoned you and you had to learn early on how to rely on yourself, how to be resourceful, how to kick some ass. This is strong entrepreneur energy. This is strong CEO energy. You could be running a small business. Maybe you have an Etsy, eBay. You could have a YouTube channel. You prefer to work for yourself. You may have had trouble in the past with bosses. And you could be prickly. You could be a misanthrope. You could struggle with people in general. I know that I do, which is why I stay at home and I shuffle cards. So, yeah, you don't abide flakes. You like to keep people in your life that you can count on, that you can rely on. There is a very stringent vetting process. You don't just allow anyone into your life. People have to prove that they can be respected and they can be in your inner circle. There's a stringent vetting process. You don't just invite the whole world in. It's very hard to earn your trust and respect, is what I'm getting for 4. You have this very dense, intense energy. This is not the energy of a happy-go-lucky, congenial extrovert who's just friends with everyone. You just walk into a room and you smile and you talk to everyone. You're probably pretty private and introverted, and you're extremely hardworking. And this person could be wondering, shit, do you ever relax? Do you ever loosen up? They may have jokingly told you they want to see you get drunk because they want to see you loosen up, is what I'm getting. And probably, even though, yes, Capricorn, technically it's a feminine sign, it's very masculine energy. It is cardinal. So I feel like if you chose 4, you do have a lot of cardinal energy. I already called out the astro combo, but you probably have Aries somewhere in the mix. You could have a lot of stuff in the first house, which is the house of Aries. You could have, you could have a Mars that makes a lot of aspects. And this person is saying, I would not want to piss you off. Because when someone betrays you or someone disappoints you in some way that is significant, you have no problem cutting that person out of your life. You are very firm with your boundaries. And when a bridge is burned, it's burned. There's no going back. If someone cheats on you, that's absolutely a deal breaker. There are people who forgive cheating again and again and again, and they stay in relationships with cheaters, but you are not that kind. If someone cheats on you, you're not going to forgive and you're not going to stay in that relationship. You take money very seriously. You take relationships very seriously. And this person could be scared of that. They could be intimidated. Your energy is cardinal. Perhaps their energy is more mutable. Leo. Uranus in Leo in the 11th house. That's the house of Aquarius. That's fixed energy. One is Leo, 4 is Aquarius. So we have the Leo-Aquarius axis, which suggests a very strong sexual attraction. 5, Mercury, Gemini, Virgo. 9, Aries. 6, Venus. Yes, they find you very sexually attractive. 9 and 10. So Leo is the dominant energy here. They do not want to make you mad. They do not want to get on your bad side. But sexually, it's really good. The sex is strong. You and this person probably have amazing sex, or you could have amazing sex. Maybe you've not had sex yet. Maybe you've sexted. I don't know. Cax. There's a name you don't see every day. Cax. Caxi. Yaxi. I'm not getting names. Susan, Suzanne, Eileen, Amy, Anna. Maybe you have pictures at Instagram and you're showing your stuff. Maybe you look really good in yoga pants. I don't know. But yeah, they like your body. You're very sassy and they find that charming. Yeah, I'm seeing Alicia, Alice, Eileen, Stacy, Stacia, Natasha. What else? I feel like when you and this person are texting, it's pretty monosyllabic. You stick just to the 1 or 2 syllables, very terse. You prefer talking in person. You don't like texting. You're too impatient for that. So you're not one who just texts entire novels. Anything else? Yeah, you're sexy. I've gotten that for, I guess, 3 piles now. I have sexy subscribers, sexy viewers, apparently. KY. Kentucky. I'll stop there. Yeah, that's what I see for 4, and that does conclude this pick a card reading. Thank you all so much for watching, liking, commenting, subscribing, sharing, hyping. Sending you all massive love and light from San Antonio.